That thing sounded insane. We try to pump start it.
You caught me. I was hoping to come into the shot.
Yeah. Oh my
God. Oh my.
It sounded so sick.
There is no rest for the wicked. While a lot of people are saying, hey, enjoy this moment, you hit a major milestone. The milestone is only something, an intermediate step for us to do what's coming up this weekend. By weekend, I do mean 48 hours from now, which is the Burnyard Bash. There couldn't be a more perfect opportunity to do the first all-wheel drive burnout chained to a wall than in front of Ken Block and the Hoonicorn. You don't understand how much of a full life circle that is, to be inspired by that car, to solving my life problems, to now bringing a car there to show off. My dear friend, Isaiah.
I genuinely don't know this. I know a lot of you fellas.
Oh, it's perfectly normal, Isaiah. It curves to the left.
Because it was like, dude, I don't know what the hell happened. That is
perfectly natural. Well, Isaiah was dealing with a bent tip. He's making the new fuel cell because we're running into almost a gallon per pole, and this is something where we can't really fill it up halfway through a burnout. So I don't know how many gallons that is, but it's a lot more than 4.5. Thank God you took elementary school and had your hexagon class, because look at that.
the trapezoid, bro.
The trapezoid. One of the comments that were hilarious was that we created a new unit of measurement, and that's gallons per pole, and that really is the case here.
I'm gonna put it like this, so that way the Holly is like.
Oh, I like that.
Holly.
Looking at the wheels, it's not so much about the rubber, even though I absolutely, utterly love the PS4s from Michelin. I don't want to destroy the rims. Yes, the video would pay to destroy the tires, but I can't do it to such nice wheels. These did take some damage on the dyno. As you guys saw, it looked like it was burning out, which was sick by itself, but it was rubbing into the body. As the title of the video suggests, we are in fact enabling two-step. That is something I've never heard before on a four-rotor. I don't really have anybody to base it off of. The reason I want to enable two-step is for the simple fact that I want this car to break traction early and often. I do not want, say, the front wheels to catch traction or bind up, and then now I'm blowing the center diff, or you know what I mean? Like I want this to light them up quick and then just row through the gears and see what happens. Yes, we have 800 foot-pounds of torque at our disposal. I don't need to test it yet. 400 of it, yeah. 500 of it, yeah. 600, yeah. Well, the car behind me is one of one. It's extremely rare. You know what is not rare? Having a receding hairline, losing your hair by my age. 2 out of every 3 guys will experience hair loss by the age of 35. That's why I use Keeps. Keeps focuses on preventing hair loss to keep the hair that you already have. It's a very simple process, and just like two-stepping here, there's almost just 2 steps to working with Keeps. You go to their website, and on their website, it's such a straightforward process. Very easy. There's no fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You can see that there are multiple solutions to preventing hair loss. We're already talking about a very low price. I've been doing it for years myself, long before I had this relationship. As insanely busy as I am trying to get this car ready for all of the shenanigans I'm doing, Keeps has made it so easy to focus on hair loss. In fact, I don't even have to focus on it. It's so simple. All I end up doing is putting the drops in my hair after I take a shower, after I hit the gym, and then come back and start working on editing again. Before Keeps, I was researching and trying to find things and hearsays and all those forums. None of that's necessary anymore. It's such a straightforward process. It's very simple. It's very affordable. And if you're ready to take action, you can go to keeps.com/RobDahm to learn more and get 50% off of your first order. That is Keeps, KEEPS.com/RobDahm. Now back to the two-step. One of the things I'm working on is, you can see that there's a slight difference. These are the trailing plugs, but you can see there's a slight difference in color. And of course, everybody on the internet goes and posts their spark plugs and says, what does this mean? What does this mean? The EGTs are really where it's at, but this helps give us some more trending information about what's going on with this car. Rich, lean, heat, so on. Looking at it this way, you can tell that one of them's slightly misbehaving. It's the one closest to my middle knuckle. We'll have to figure out which one that is and see why it's doing that. It won't look like that iconic bronze look, but it'll still, yeah, Isaiah's bummed out. He put in this really nice and clean little baffle. I'm sure at least 2 of you are looking at that and have like 20 million better solutions. That's just the nature of the internet, and I'm sure some of those are good solutions, but this is gonna work, it's gonna work really well, and we might use this for quite a while. How many gallons?
According to the U.S. consensus of 49.97, or somebody said 5.7. Francis said 35.
Isaiah put a internet Instagram request as to how many gallons this thing is, and he got answers ranging from 39 to 5.7.
Rob said 300.
300 pounds.
Can I actually have you push this guy in real quick?
Yep. Do we want them just touching tips?
You want a corner to corner, so like that.
Like that.
And you're white, so you need that.
Thank you. I'm still alive.
And that's how you auto genie. Oh, not fuck. No.
You gotta say the word right.
Autonomous. No.
Nope. You're close. You're close.
Fuck. I forgot how you say it.
Autogenous.
And that's how you autogenously fuse aluminium.
We're in the presence of greatness right now.
My brain, it hurt.
This is the first time I've actually seen the Rocket Bunny front bumper that I've owned this entire time. Why is it out? No special reason. I hate this bumper with a passion. I think it's one of the worst designed bumpers on the FD. No offense to anybody that owns this. I'm just saying, not my cup of tea. I had bought the whole Rocket Bunny kit for that car forever ago, and that came with it, of course. We needed the bubble wrap to ship the other 4-rotor core. We shipped all of that over to Logan from Defiant Autoworks to get balanced. We got 4 rotors for it, so that is going to be coming online soon. It's most likely the engine for the C8. We took the wheels off the Corvette, as you saw earlier, and they actually look pretty good on this car. Oh, you adjusted the height.
Yeah. So look how much fuel it'll be on top of them.
Oh, I like it.
I did it to where it barely slides, and I forced them.
Well, you guys don't have to question anymore about Isaiah and I's bromance, because we kissed. What if we kissed at the Burn Yard Bash? We both were testing these but didn't realize the other person had. But this is basically a check valve for allowing air into the tank. And you would not believe, if you plug this fuel tank, as we did with the small one, if you plug it, they're completely airtight because you don't want fumes out. When those fuel pumps pump fuel into the engine, you're creating a vacuum in the tank. Really kind of a detail you don't really think about. You would open the cap up and it would actually drop your fuel pressure because the poor pumps were just trying to fight this massive vacuum. What we have is those things allowing air in, but not allowing air back out. They don't let anything out, yeah.
It's also called a roll valve, so that way if we roll, no fuel comes out and we don't catch on fire.
That's been something that we've had to leave the cap open as kind of a temporary solution, and then we lost the cap. So Isaiah's going to make a new one for that as well. Yeah, we lost the cap gunning the car. One of the things that I think we all have kind of addressed over the time is that these Heim joints were the original designs, just like the Unicorn, and they end up being the weakest part of the setup. This is using a Heim joint, not incorrectly, but definitely not to its strength. So what I just came up with was a little hat that I'm going to weld in. That's called double shearing, where you have a hole up here and, in this case, the threaded hole at the bottom. It's going to be basically a little baby hat. This is a temporary solution in the sense of like kind of continual development, because there's loads going this way, and that's basically just turning this into a little joystick, and we're going to wear out the threads, which is exactly what we don't want in a car like this. For those of you wondering, this is actually 5000 series aluminum, 6061, which that is general purpose. You know, almost everything you have is 6061. If you were to bend 6061 on a brake like that, it would all shear. You've seen it where it turns white and it breaks. This stuff, much, much better. It's much more pliable in that sense. You can definitely tell that's not Isaiah's work, but it's something, right? I'm gonna go ahead and put it on there and then tack it to the main piece. So this is the Rogue Fab tube notcher.
Tube notcher. We've been notching tubes, and tubes be getting notched.
Ooh.
You're like, ooh, no. Now you could be like, oh yeah.
Oh.
And you just gotta like clean it up and
Yeah.
and weld. And this is actually going to be, we're putting pressed in piece with the thread. I'm going to weld that in. It'll be the mount for the fuel cell. It'll be, well,
Nice.
go right here. And I'll have thread in there and then just sit on there. I actually went to 3 different places to find this thread because it's an 1.5" by 12 thread. So finally, I found the thread and I was like, okay, you guys have a nut I could weld onto it? They're like, no, we don't have anything that big. I was looking on the shop and I was like, your E-shaft nut. Hey, Rob, you want to use? He's like, well, if it's cheap, you know, I mean, I guess. He's like, but we have to get another one. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I was going to set it on top and weld it. But oddly enough, this happens to be the same thread as...
That's just crazy. That is just so random. That's, you know what's kind of epic about that? That means when we have the fuel system on there, we got this epic E-shaft bolt.
Yeah.
You know what this is? This is a gas tank to E-shaft adapter. Go ahead, say that for the camera just one
I feel
more time.
like a proud, like my kid did something, you know, like so Rob did so well on this, on his sandbox, and his fitment on his bend was so well. I was like, man, I haven't done that in forever, and I always had trouble in bending it. So now I had to do it so I could show my child how it's done. The fitment like that, that's called a corner to corner.
We're gonna go ahead and test the fan.
Wow.
Oh, and Wilson just joined us. Wow. Isaiah's replaced himself. Well, it is 1 in the morning, and we finally got the whole fuel system all buttoned up. It's running good. Everything seems great. We only have enough premix for about 20 gallons, which is half of this tank. We're going to test simple launching without two-step just to see what happens. Try two-stepping, and then we're going to try launching with two-step. This is probably the part of the video we've all been begging to see.
Ready for beans?
Bean.
At least we knew that was gonna happen.
Not like that. She's slipping like crazy. I'll take it one block around and then kind of like goes high, fast, slow here, and then just punch it. Just see if we break the tires loose, just to get the clutch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm talking about.
It's just set up for, even then changing it around, it's still super tall.
Yeah, it's still tall.
It's better, but not.
I think our best bet right now is to like oil the tire, like straight up get as much traction off.
Is this that new baby oil?
I love to butter my babies up. A lot of people don't know that this is how you really apply tire shine. No, don't. Don't. For any of you younger guys, don't do that. That means
Two-step.
We did it. You saw the tire spin. Okay, so now we're gonna work on two-step. We have hope now. Ken's 6th gear is geared to do 150 miles an hour. That's it. We're at 260, 270. And have launch control always armed. And I'm gonna test it initially at 6,000 because I don't enable drag type anti-lag. For now, we're just gonna do 15 degrees of ignition retarding, but we are gonna add 10% fuel as it goes.
I saw that head shake. Was that good?
PSI.
2 psi. We have some type of correlation going.
I was trying to feel it in and out. I think we're actually pretty close there to some serious shit.
So what do you do now? Timing or feel?
I'm gonna pull a little bit of timing out.
Where are we at right there?
My God, that was 6 or 7 psi before I let off.
Were you all the way into it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that sounds like.
That's what a 4-rotor 2-stepping sounds like. Holy shit! I can see ignition going down, 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 down. Boost went up to 6 psi, which is I'm happy there.
I think we should stay there and add more fuel.
I don't want more boost. We're asking for trouble there.
How do I get more flames?
I'm gonna add more fuel. Jesus, why didn't you say that to begin with?
It's hard to make my earrings, and that almost did it.
Yeah, way more boost, which isn't a good thing. Like Dave's saying, the turbo's happier up there.
Oh my God, Jesus, bro! Go back. Go back. Oh my God. That thing sounded insane. We try to pump start it.
You caught me. I was hoping to come into the shot.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my.
It sounded so sick. That's the face of
That was the
legend.
moment. That was the fucking moment. Oh my God. All of a sudden it was just like. It's too efficient of a 2-step. I mean, we could probably dump a shit ton of fuel, but this is like.
Yeah, but it's on a clutch and you can do it.
This is gonna be so nasty because it's like, whoa, and I get to control how fast, because the more I go into the pedals, the more.
Right there, not have to like right there.
Yeah.
You're like more.
Yeah. She started skating.
Yeah.
She was clearly.
Yeah, because that's the rear wheels right there.
It goes off into the night like a Ghost Rider type scene.
That thing's still spinning from yesterday.
Okay, so we shredded another belt.
It's starting to last about a day though. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, well we'll just. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. I did my job. I'm out.